Hello everybody, good evening. I am Mr. Pathum Vikramaratna, attorney at law. Actually, today I am going to give some knowledge about the commercial law section, because commercial law is the emerging law of the entire world, and especially the Sri Lankan commercial law with discussing regarding the Sri Lankan commercial law. It's the most important enactment is Companies Act number 7 of 2007. In this act, concerning this act repealed the earlier Companies Act number 17 of 1982, completely being repealed and completely being substituted. There are two reasons for that. One is one reason is earlier Companies Act was mainly based on the English law, and the new Companies Act is heavily going away from the English law, but heavily borrowed by the New Zealand Companies Act number 1993 and Canadian Companies Act, Canadian Business Corporation Act. Those two acts are the main influential areas of our new company law, but I must emphasize some very important thing, that is this Companies Act is a homemade act. It's simply homemade act. This is being created for relevant and suitable to the Sri Lankan position, Sri Lankan environment, Sri Lankan businessmen, Sri Lankan customers. Everybody should be impressed with the has been impressed with new Companies Act. There are various, and also this new Companies Act has been introduced lot of new principles, especially new principles originated from our country, and also modern concepts of the other developed nations and their company law. In this act, it simplifies lot of things, especially with regarding the incorporation of a company, especially with regarding the incorporation of a company. It makes the incorporation of the companies very easier and less expensive. That's a very good aspect, because it helps a lot to the smaller sort of business people and small businesses, emerging businesses. There are no longer requirement of a memorandum of association. No memorandum of association required anymore with the incorporation. And also the applicant who is going to register the company can adopt the model articles given by the medical articles mentioned at the Companies Act, and not required to adopt the formal set of articles of association. Articles of association are the only document in according to this Companies Act, but it's not it can be model articles can be adopted. So that's another very important aspect of this Companies Act. Act recognizes single shareholder. That's what I must emphasize again. This is not only for simplifying incorporation or registration of the company. It's going more further than that. It's the operating system of the company. There is a single shareholder company concept. That concept is concept of single shareholder companies exist in this new Companies Act, and also Act permits to a company to maintain one director. Single director companies is also, and also it's very important to mention with this new Companies Act, that is almost all the important points have been codified. That is, codification is one of the major importance of this new Companies Act, because due to that reason a lot of contradictory situations be avoided. All the principles of the company governing the company, the affairs of the company, and regarding the employees of the company, regarding the actions against the company from the company, all the things being specifically easily codified. That's very important. And another and very important aspect of this new Companies Act is very wide powers have been granted to shareholders and the directors. So shareholders, consider shareholders. This Companies Act is providing a very good, as an umbrella, very good coverage for the minority shareholders. And this Companies Act is providing lot of freedom to the shareholders and directors of the company, but that freedom is vice versa. That freedom is not one-sided. That's very important thing, because if the company goes in any wrong manner to harm the employees or society, then there are specific actions, especially derivative actions, restraining orders, and not only such business sort of actions, but also the institution of criminal actions also could be undertaken under this new Companies Act. Therefore, new Companies Act had specifically suited for our country, and it's dealing with all aspects of the business world. Not only the business world, but also the people who are being affected from the company's actions. But this new Companies Act also has a lot of criticisms, but it's normal way, because criticisms one reason is it has been uh, introduced a lot of new principles, and also it has been completely completely repealed the earlier Companies Act, which was the company law for the large amount of years. So therefore, those are the reasons for these criticisms. But even though there might be some criticisms existed, still this Companies Act gives plenty for the everybody. That's the importance. The important point is, if this act is, everybody can be satisfied with this new Companies Act. And this is my introduction of the company law, new Companies Act. And for today I'm closing from here, but this is the introduction, and I'm hoping to go furtherance in the Companies Act and the company law and the commercial law, because I'm also being willing to specialize within my legal life in the commercial law. Okay, thanks for listening me. Thanks for listening me. I'm lawyer Pathum Vikramaratne. Thank you very much. Good night.